Okay. Cheers, everyone. This place is a mess. Oh, yeah. You feel like a little draft coming through the windows. I didn't really seal off these windows like I did with the ones in my bedroom. Ooh, what is happening here? Why is my phone collapsing? That shouldn't happen. That was weird. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to repair this thing. Go over the micro center when I have some disposable income. Replace this portion of the freaking stand I got. And it does look like the cold is here from what I've been seeing. We're supposed to get this either later today or tonight. But it definitely looks like snow outside. You can see it. But it is cold. Good morning, Jose. How you doing, my friend? What's going on? Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Good morning, Walter. Right now, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit.
Grayson Rhodes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Do me a favor, folks. Shameless e-beg. If you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box below. It takes you right to my eBay store. You know, this is more a hobbyist channel, but I saved the live streams to kind of like, just talk about anything. You know what I mean? But good morning to everybody. Hope you're all staying warm. It is -10 where I live. Yeah, I'm here in North Carolina, South Charlotte. Grew up in New York City. To anybody who's new to the channel, so I'm kind of used to this sort of thing. But I still can't get over the fact that even after 10 years of living here in the South, that people just go insane when you mention the word snow. The people here like flip out, man. They were clearing shelves left and right. Always, what is that? Always remember to thoroughly toast your bathwater. I like to thoroughly toast my pizza as well. I like to toast my toast. But anyway, yeah, it's already 30-something degrees. I just woke up maybe like 45 minutes ago. It's 20 minutes after 8 o'clock my time here. But again, good morning to everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you didn't have to get into like one of them Black Friday mad dashes to go get toilet paper. I'm not going into that whole spiel again. I did a live stream about that last night, making fun of the fact that whenever there's hurricanes, storms, war, disease, riots, everybody makes a beeline for the toilet paper. But I know I'm well stocked. I'm definitely well stocked. I mean, I woke up super early yesterday morning and went to my local Walmart, and people were in there already, like clamoring, like little tree monkeys, going after the bread, the water, and I made fun of this stuff last night in a live stream. It's just, I posed this question: why do people make a beeline for the toilet paper first and foremost? I don't get it. I don't want to get it. It's bizarre. It's really bizarre. You know what it is, like in my area here, North Carolina generally is a warm state. So they don't see a lot of snow, at least in my neck of the woods. When it rains, I mean, it really rains. You get like that monsoon rain. But when it comes to the snow, they're very ill prepared as far as like road equipment and stuff like that. And just the nature of the geography. A lot of power lines. The ground itself, if it gets overly saturated, like it's mostly that orange clay. So you will get down trees, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I could poke fun at it, but excuse me, at the end of the day, it's just the demographics here in North Carolina where I live are a little messed up. What's your end game? Winston-Salem in the house. What's going on? Former New Yorker, now Charlottean. Good morning, everybody. If you're new to the channel, you could do me a huge solid. Hit that subscribe button. Slap me a thumbs up. That would really help. Helps the channel to grow, which it has. So hello, yours truly, as a former New Yorker, former Yankee. Know what I'm saying over here? But yeah, I've been down here in Charlotte now just about a solid 10 years, man. And it's not that I'm being arrogant or anything growing up in New York City, but it's just I'm used to this type of stuff down here where people are like clearing shelves, and maybe if it snows, I might go downstairs. I might bring my Transformers toys and go play G.I. Joe outside. I'm actually not much of a coffee drinker. I get my caffeine from sugar-free Red Bulls, not sponsored, by the way. But yeah, you definitely are going to need the caffeine today, that's for sure. Big shout out to the maintenance crew here where I live. I was joking around with them. I'm like, I was about to call Novant and get the white coats for you guys, because they were throwing out the rock salt yesterday all over the property, and I was breaking their balls. It's like, guys, I don't know why you brought out pigeon feed to feed the pigeons. I'm calling Novant, man. There's something messed up with you guys. They start laughing. But they did a bang up job, man. They salted the entire property and all that. They were passing around notices, like what to do and be careful of the cold and all that kind of stuff. But I think I know I'm good. I'm good to go. My fridge, I got 2 refrigerators. I got the main one there in the kitchen, and I got the little one inside my bedroom. And everything is filled up with food, which is good. I'm not really too concerned. I try to be well stocked anyway. So yeah, yesterday morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, man, people are running around, like vultures to a carcass in the middle of the street, just clamoring to grab stuff. I'm like, man, everybody needs to calm down. This thing is like 2 days away from us. I think technically we're not going to see anything until tonight, if we see anything at all. So But we see what happens tonight. I mean, it's still not even 8:30 in the morning yet. What are you folks all having for breakfast out there? That is not the best sandwich in the world. That's one of those Walmart sandwiches. My mom. My mom's a great cook, by the way. I trade my mom for your sister. How's that? You got it, man. Sold. Nothing like a little early morning trolling. I got a pretty thick skin, man. Listen, it's the internet. Enjoy your breakfast, folks. Hey, you got to have a little fun with shit. You know, right now, it's a coast to coast deep freeze. You might as well have a little fun with it. You know what I mean, folks? But otherwise, yeah, man, I'm looking outside right now. And I can see today it's going to be a ghost town around my neck of the woods. Since I've been sitting here getting everything all set up, man, I've seen all of one car drive by. I don't see anybody walking their dog or anything like that. I'm pretty sure people are going to be staying close to their doors. It's weird. When I moved down here from New York years ago, since I've been here, I've only seen it snow 2 times, 3 times, something like that. You know what I mean? And the whole town's shut down. You know, like in New York City, I grew up right in the heart of New York City in Queens. And, you know, New York is, if that's one thing I will say about my former home of New York City, they are very well prepared for snow. But when I came down here, the entire town practically shut down. I couldn't believe it. Like, what the hell? I mean, I would go to Forest Park in Queens and do donuts in the snow with my old car, you know, and do goofy shit like get a milk crate or a wooden box and let it snow around that box, and then you pull out the box from the snow and you got yourself your own personal outdoor refrigerator where you can put your beer and all that kind of stuff and save yourself some money. You know, especially if you're going to be snowed in like that, you know, you literally have food storage now in the form of snow. But the very first time I moved to this property here, there had to be that much snow, not even a half an inch of snow. The whole town shut down. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Ghost town. Of all places, either Home Depot or Lowe's, because I have both right here within, a mile of each other, empty. Of all the places you would think you would find people. And I'm looking, I'm like, you guys are really shutting down for this? I mean, yeah, I kind of made fun of it last night, talking about why people make a beeline for the toilet paper first and foremost. I still can't figure that out for the life of me. That you need 12 cases of toilet paper with like 100 rolls of toilet paper. What the fuck are you gonna do? Make a bouncy house outside your home in the snow with all that toilet paper? I still don't get it, folks. I don't want to get it. Don't want to understand it. I have no idea. I'm not going into it again. Got a whole 2 hours of me making fun of people buying toilet paper last night. You know, from that live stream I did. But when it did snow, though, it looked very pretty. It looked very pretty. You know, because you have snow up in the trees, snow on the grass. It's a very wooded area where I live. Surprisingly, in this area of Charlotte, it's one of the few apartment complexes. Like we have a lot of trees. Like I have a little river. It's an offshoot of McMullen Creek right here. So, you know, it looks very pretty when it snows. You know, but again, I've only seen it snow here twice, three times maybe in the 10 years I've been down here almost. So, but it is cold. I don't think it's going to be cold enough if we do get any snow for it to stick. I mean, again, we got a lot of grass and trees outside, so it may stick on those surfaces, but eventually I got to go downstairs, get my windshield wipers, put them in the up position so they don't freeze to the windshield, because that's how you damage them. But otherwise, I mean, I'm going to have to go outside. I got one eBay order from my eBay store I have to get out. As a matter of fact, I might as well pull the card now. I kind of know what it is. So, I mean, I really don't want to go out if I don't have to. I mean, I have a couple days. There it is. So that's the latest eBay sale. It's a Shohei Ohtani Topps Gold from 2024 flagship that I sold last night. And I do have a pile of cards over here I have to pull out of their card saver ones and swap them for top loaders. I still have about 100 and I want to say 150, 160 top loaders. So I got things to do here to keep me occupied. It's not like, you know, I'm going to be sitting here twiddling my thumbs all day. I might make a YouTube video later on today just to pass the time. We'll see. The sky's the limit today. You know, all my eBay orders are out, whatever I can get out. I took a late night walk over to Walmart before they closed. Fucking shelves are cleared. I mean, I got bread, hot dog buns, soups, snacks, obviously Red Bull. I got turkey slices, got a couple steaks in there. I mean, I am well stocked, well prepared. Plenty of water. I went to Harris Teeter, bought myself those 1 liter bottles of seltzer water. I got ginger ale, I got juice. I mean, I bought more eggs. I mean, I'm fully stocked. I got chocolate chip Eggos or Legos or Eggos, or whatever the fuck they call them, waffle things, just for the lazy factor because I could. Why not? You know, in case I feel like being a couch potato today, it's nice to have options. Man, sandwich is awful. It's good in a bad way. Walmart deli meat is awful. Harris Teeter's got really good stuff. Harris Teeter has boar's head, a lot of boar's head stuff. And I eat a lot of turkey. You know, my diet consists of a lot of turkey. But Walmart's turkey, I mean, they got that butterball stuff I like. You know, maybe it's a New Yorker thing. But I love boar's head stuff. But their cold cuts are just You know, if I don't feel like driving to Harris Teeter, now we have a oh, what the hell is that place called, man? I always forget. Publix. That just opened up. I mean, Publix is the new Publix they opened up is really nice. One of my buddies came here who used to live next door to me, moved in with his girlfriend last year. He came by to pay me a visit. We hopped in the car and went over to the new Publix. Man, that place is just amazing. Just amazing. They got so much shit in there. Like really good quality stuff. And it's a nice looking place too. They got good food there. We went to this international food mart to get his girl some, I guess they're pastries or whatever the hell it was that she wanted for him to pick up. I'm just looking outside now. You can see it doesn't look like there's any wind or a breeze or anything like that. I got those Valentine's decorations outside. You could tell when it's windy, when decorations are moving around and flapping around in the wind like old lady saggy boobies. But I think it's going to be one of those stagnant cold days. So, well, it is the winter time. It's supposed to be cold, right, folks? Don't want to be spitting my sandwich everywhere. I might do a YouTube video today. I really don't know. I mean, I got plenty of time. Plenty of time. And many, many options. I can pretty much do whatever I want. But yeah, you can see it's weird living here in Charlotte now. Like, you can actually tell, what's coming. And to me, I think we may get some snow, but I think it's going to be mostly rain. That's going to turn to ice. That's kind of my going bet right now, at least in my neck of the woods. So instead of making snowmen, we make some icemen instead. I don't know. I mean, from what I've been seeing, even on the news this morning when I first woke up, they have like those 24-hour live streams to cameras where they're watching the snowstorms and all that stuff. Texas, Oklahoma, a lot of the southern states down here, Tennessee, a lot of places got a light blanket of snow. A lot of places that typically wouldn't get snow, I should be more specific. Like here in Charlotte, it's rare that you see a real heavy snow. Out west in the mountains, yeah, they get snow all the time. Well, that's because they're up in the elevations. But here, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we are a couple hundred feet above sea level. I think we're like 300 feet above sea level where I am. So it tends to get a little colder. When I lived up in North Charlotte before I came back to this property, you can literally see the clouds flying over your head. Because they're a little bit higher in the elevations in North Charlotte there, but here in South Charlotte, because I'm almost on the borderline of South Carolina. It's mostly flat land here. So I could see us getting some snowflakes, but I think we're going to get mostly rain. That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't know. I really don't know. Well, you fine people out there have stuff to keep you occupied. I'm sure many of you took the day off. If you guys got weekend jobs, I'm sure most of you probably took the day off and said the hell with that. Hopefully you all got something to do this weekend. I wish you all well. Wish you all the best. Hope you all stay warm. I know I will. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, you can see it when you look outside. You can see it's cold out there. Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Right now, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's borderline freezing. 32 is the freezing point. So I don't know. It's still too early to tell yet. Alexa, what's the current forecast?
Currently, in Charlotte, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can expect cloudy skies, with a high of 36 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. Also, there's a winter storm watch in effect until Monday, January 26th, 1 p.m.
Even a damn Amazon dot doesn't know. That's why I can't stand, like what I saw yesterday with people panic buying and running around in their shopping carts like their asses were on fire. I'm pretty sure today, I guarantee my Walmart is jam-packed with people. My prediction for at least where I live, it's not going to be as bad as they're saying it is. I think we'll get something, but it's not going to be what they're making it out to be. I think it's nothing but sensationalized bullshit coming from the media. Because everybody, when you hear the media and they talk like this, what do you expect? It's because they are paid actors to get you emotionally riled up so that you go out there and panic. What do you think, Johnny? Ugh, God. Let me go grab me another Red Bull, folks. I shall return. I wish I had background music. The last time I had background music in my live streams, it got claimed. Good old YouTube strikes again. Yeah, sometimes it's very misleading here on YouTube, where you think you have copyright-free music you can use so that this way my audience isn't sitting there twiddling their thumbs bored, waiting for me to do stuff or waiting for me to talk or waiting for me to entertain. Because as a content creator, if you have an audience, you have to entertain your audience, but I don't want anybody just sitting there. Last time I had I had music on the TV or on the radio and all that stuff. It all gets claimed, copyright. So I'm like, fuck. Pardon me. My nose sounds like a screw gun driving a screw in the drywall. Oy, oy, oy. And there's the sun. The sun is peeking through finally. I don't think we're going to get it that bad. If we do get anything, we're definitely going to get something, but it's not going to be snow. I think we're going to get a lot of rain where I am. We can use the rain. And that's good for the water table, because typically in the summertime, in the warm months, we always get borderline drought warnings and stuff like that. So like I said, we'll see what happens. I'm really not breaking my ass to worry too much. It'd be nice, because if it does snow, I got the portable heater outside. I got the 2 heaters for my patio. I can always hook up the heater. I got me a little wee bottle of Fireball that I can mix up with some fruit punch or whatnot and just sit out there and veg out and watch it snow if it snows. And get my little radio out there and just chill out and relax and just lose myself. The sky's the limit what I can do with myself today. We'll see. We'll see. Cheers, everybody. It's ice cold. Well, I hope all you folks are doing well. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, check out my eBay store. The link is in the description box of this live stream. Thank you to everybody that has been ordering stuff off of me. Yeah, I've been getting eBay orders and surges. Like there'll be 1 or 2 days I don't really see any. I mean, well, I got this one order. I think this came in sometime in the middle of the night. And then I'll see a drop off for a while, and then all of a sudden I'll get like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 orders at once. So, much appreciated for that. I really thank you guys for that. Oh, Studio Series Soundwave is on his way. As a matter of fact, my Transformers viewers. A lot of I mean, obviously this channel is a mixed bag of hobby stuff. But I've always tried to figure out how the hell are a lot of these guys getting this shit so early. It's like that in the sports card hobby too. Like I've kind of given up. Like Top Sapphire came out, I gave up on that. Or even making an attempt to get it. It's clear that Topps and Fanatics doesn't want us little peons to get the premium products on Fanatics website, so I gave up. Whether or not I rip wax again on the channel, I have no idea at this point. It's too expensive. And every year they seem to make more and more and more cutbacks. Western New York Cards actually did a nice breakdown of this with certain boxes. Some boxes will come with 2 relics and an autograph. Then they cut it down. They cut down one of the relics, and now you only get 1 relic and 1 autograph. And they'll probably cut that down even farther, and they'll pick and choose whether it'll have an autograph or a relic, and pretty soon you're not going to have anything. Then the number of cards per pack is shrinking, and you're still paying these exorbitant prices for wax. So, I don't know. Make 2024, or actually flagship 2025 may have been the last wax I rip on the channel. Who knows? But like I said, Studio Series Soundwave is in transit. Should be here during the week. I think it's scheduled to arrive Thursday. But at least I still got mine fairly early, which is good. But a lot of these guys get them 2 or 3 months prior to the official release date. Like I had to go out of my way to try to find the brand new Studio Series Magenta Hot Rod. I mean, I've got the first release right there, the Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, but to try to get my hands on this new drop, everybody clamors to be first on YouTube to make content because of that sweet YouTube content money. This channel is not monetized. I've been fighting YouTube now, going on almost 8 months to monetize my channel. They still haven't done it. That's why I got my eBay store. But besides all that crap, at least I finally got something that's decently early. But yeah, these guys got Studio Series Soundwave like 2 or 3 months in advance. I don't know if they got some deal with Hasbro. I mean, as far as I know, when it came to the Takara Lyo Convoy, not many people got theirs yet. Mine came, and I did a review on the channel. And it's an excellent Lyo Convoy, but point being is that, it's nice to get a jump on stuff, but damn. Now they're talking about Battle Damage, Studio Series, Optimus Prime, but I have my Optimus Prime there, so what do I need with another one? And I'm content with this guy. Talked about it on the channel, completely upgraded, new head, gap fillers, all that good stuff. Excellent Optimus Prime. Beautiful, beautiful Optimus Prime. But I almost didn't get Studio Series Soundwave. I've got the Netflix one up there on my shelf, but yeah, mine is starting to suffer from the dreaded yellowing syndrome of cheap plastic that they use. I still got to clear some room. There's a couple things up there I definitely want to sell off. I've just been either distracted or lazy. I might get Studio Series Thundercracker. I'm not sure because I got the Seekers up there. I got all the War for Cybertron ones up there. The Earthrise versions. I got the 2-pack with Thundercracker and Skywarp, and then I got Starscream out in the wild. And I'm perfectly fine with them. So I don't know why I would go out of my way to get another one. Get more Seekers. Even though the Studio Series ones look really good, I'm fine with what I got up on my shelf. And I still have a couple Transformers I haven't opened up yet that I got in my backlog. I still have a pretty decently sized backlog of stuff that I want to review on the channel. I just haven't got around to it. But again, I might, pardon me, I might make a video today. We'll see. We shall see. You know, it's funny. I'm looking at my He-Man shelf. And I saw the new He-Man trailer. And I'm not impressed at all. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. CGI He-Man slop thrown up on the screen. And, you know, old school fans need to accept the fact that you got to let go of certain shit. You know, everybody's complaining about the fucking race swapping and all that kind of stuff. To me, honestly, at this point in my life, I don't give a shit about the whole race swapping thing. Listen, I'm 50 years old almost. And He-Man was, you know, an IP I grew up with as a kid. And everybody wants their superhero. Everybody wants their icon to look up to. I don't give a shit about a black man at arms because, well, it's not real. It's a fucking cartoon or a movie based on a cartoon. What's his name? Idris Elba, if I'm saying his name correctly, is going to be man at arms. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Who really cares? Do you really care if there's a black man at arms? I really don't. I don't even care if there's a black Spider-Man. There was a black Superman, and everybody now is making a big deal out of this shit. It's ridiculous. Back in the 90s, we had a black Superman. Not the Superman, but we had a black Superman in the form of John Henry Irons when The Death of Superman came out. Okay. So what? And now everybody's losing their shit over black man at arms. People, grow the fuck up, man. Listen, it's make-believe. Who gives a shit? The one thing that did irk me a little bit about the He-Man trailer is the Prince Adam thing with the he, him, the pronoun bullshit. That's the only thing I will resist when they start injecting that kind of stuff into it. You know, Hollywood, please, for the love of God, give us a good story. We just want a good story. Fuck the politics, man. That's why everybody lost their shit, including myself, when it came to Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. Everything is about, especially when they did the premiere, men are wearing dresses, and you got homosexuals playing Klingons, and like all this bullshit. At the end of the day, truly, I don't give a fuck who does what. As long as the story is good, and you're not trying to push our politics into that story to try to, manipulate people's brains into supporting this shit, just tell us a good story. At the end of the day, I don't care. I really don't. I genuinely don't care. But really, you're going to lose your mind over a black man at arms. Give me a break, man. Come on, dude. That's something where people really need to grow up a little bit. Grow up a little bit. Let it go. You know, I take great offense to, and I talked about this recently with autistic Barbie. You really need a plastic and rubber reminder of what could potentially be an awful condition, that you have to live with that condition. Now you have to have this iconography of the thing you're suffering with. I forgot what that old lady's name is. She's always out there doing her power walking. God bless her. Maybe, you know, I joked around about this. You know, maybe I should start making calls and demands for Hasbro to make a post-traumatic stress disorder Optimus Prime. Or let's have blind Megatron with no eyes. Like stupid shit like that. It's ridiculous. That's when it goes too far, if you ask me. Or have morbidly obese Bumblebee. But yeah, all joking aside, man, people need to fucking grow up with that stuff. There's a black man at arms and He-Man. Who gives a shit? It's make-believe. If you're a grown adult complaining about a thing like that, then I have no hope for you at all. Get over it. Our He-Man was back in the 80s. Times have obviously changed. Things are going to change. Yeah, I don't like the perversions and the pronouns and all that bullshit thrown into these IPs. But at the end of the day, listen, man, if you're really that hung up on a black man at arms, I see no hope for you. And if you really think about it, if you know He-Man, Prince Adam, through subterfuge, was emasculated anyway. So for him to have pronouns, if you really think about it, with the he, him pronouns shit, and this is one of the rare times you'll hear me accept it, is it fits the character, because he's a very feminine character as far as Prince Adam is concerned. And then when he wields the fucking sword of power, then he becomes a muscle-bound steroid freak, you know? And grows up, finds out that his ding dong, his bait and tackle produced testosterone to go after Skeletor and, all them characters. I think it's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, everybody's hung up on a black man at arms. Give me a break, man. Fucking people need to fucking grow up with certain shit. Starfleet Academy is offensive for the simple fact that Star Trek has always been portrayed as a military organization. Starfleet is a military organization. And when you're promoting through subtext obesity and homosexuality, so if your army is in pursuit of the enemy and you have a 400-pound lumbering fat fuck running into the trenches of your enemy, you'll be the last one to get in there. You know what I mean? And if you have to retreat, you're a burden on your platoon if you're overweight. That's why they don't want overweight people in the military. And then if you're gay, like in the military and stuff like that, you are a distraction to people. But everything else when it comes to these IPs, I think it's just grow up, man. I'm not hard up on having black man at arms. Just fucking stop. Stop. It's a fucking kid's cartoon from the 80s. My life doesn't revolve around Transformers, Voltron, and fucking Thundercats. Even though this channel is a hobbyist channel, at the end of the day, What matters more is paying my rent and putting food in my stomach like I just did here on camera. And you're worried about a black man at arms. Give me a break. Come on, man. Now, Idris Elba's a good actor anyway to begin with. I kind of liked him in Star Trek, as a matter of fact. There was his name, Kroll, I think. I think it was Kroll. And he's not a bad actor, so what's the big fucking deal? Give me a break. Give me a break. I think people want to be angry just to say that they're angry. And then they'll take to YouTube and start flapping their wings and all that kind of stuff. Like I made fun of Star Trek Starfleet Academy by having the USS Enterprise. Again, this is YouTube. I gotta watch because there's this one particular word they don't like on YouTube. How the USS Enterprise ran out of dilithium crystals. We'll put it that way, hanging from the fucking ceiling lamp. No, I had it in how did I do that? Was it? Oh, the video I made of it, I had it hanging off of my ceiling lamp, and then the YouTube short that I made, I had it hanging from its neck, literally in my bathroom. But you have to look at it for what it is. Yeah, my Star Trek is dead. And this new Star Trek, I couldn't care less. You know why? Because I have the ultimate power not to watch it. And that's where all these people's arguments falls apart, when they're all bitching, moaning, whining, and complaining. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Don't line these people's pockets. Don't support it. You got the power not to watch it. Facts. I got the power not to eat if I don't want to. Facts. What's that? It just popped up. Ah, it's nothing. We'll take care of that later. Yeah, people are so hung up and so fucking attached and so predatory when it comes to these IPs. You know, like, I don't like the Michael Bay Transformers. I think it's just a bunch of shit thrown up on the screen. But, I mean, you don't see that many snub-nosed trucks these days. I mean, we're in 2026, man. Optimus Prime's vehicular mode is going to be different than what it was with 80s cars. Sometimes you just got to let it go, man, and get with the times. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't like all that shit, all of that outside stuff being thrown in. I just want a good story, man. I want a good story. You know, like I enjoyed, not that long ago, they came out with Beverly Hills Cop again, and it was very 80s. Minimal special effects, decent story. It was slowly paced, but movies like that, like The Joker, you know why it was such a success? You don't need all of this up on a screen. Just tell a good story. And it was a great story. I didn't like the second Joker movie. I thought it was kind of meh. But if you're really going to complain, again, if you're going to complain about a black man at arms, I see no hope for you. And that's coming from a He-Man fan. I got no hope for you. What do you think back in the 80s they came out with She-Ra? Not just as a marketing ploy to sell more product, but girls want their superheroes too. So they came out with a female fucking She-Ra, like Supergirl and Batgirl. And no, I'm not going to acknowledge Batwoman because that one was definitely forced SJW bullshit. So, but people have their heroes. They want their heroes. So fucking just, sometimes you got to ignore the background noise and just look at it for what it is. You know what I mean? I think the whole thing is stupid. And again, in this case, with Prince Adam having pronouns, it kind of fits because he's an emasculated character anyway. He suffers from what I call Clark Kent syndrome because Prince Adam is supposed to be a feminized version of He-Man in disguise. So if he's using pronouns in this one rare instance, I'll accept it. It fits the character in a lot of ways if you think about it. But everybody's making a big fucking stink out of it. Grow up, man. You're all adults. Everybody wants to complain for the sake of complaining. That's not me supporting leftist ideology, but in this case, let it go, man. It's a fucking kid's cartoon from the 80s. Everybody's all pissed off because of Black Man at Arms. Give me a fucking break, man. Grow up. Grow up with this shit. What are they going to do? Cancel Dan Jurgens and Brett Breeding for drawing Black Superman back when the Death of Superman came out? Then don't they have like an anniversary this year or last year or something like that where they were reissuing the Death of Superman comic books? John Henry Irons, Shaquille O'Neal played that character. And you're really going to be up in arms for a black fucking Superman? Give me a break, folks. It's make believe. The hell do you care? Everybody makes a big stink over nothing. Yeah, I don't like things that I grew up with being tampered with. Excuse me, folks. I am being summoned again. Okay, I'll talk to this person later. Oh, there goes. Is that the Goon Squad doing their thing? No, that's somebody else. Never mind. But yeah, grow up out of this stuff, man. Listen, if they want to have a Spanish Spider-Man, as long as it's a separate character in and of himself, do it. You want to have a black man at arms? Do it. Got no problem with it. You're not going to see me get up in arms about a black man at arms. I think that's retarded. I really do. It's just like what's his name? Falcon becoming Captain America. Are you really so protective over this shit that you get offended by a black Captain America? Give me a break, man. Grow up. Some of you really need to grow up. Captain America in and of himself was established in the Avengers as his own separate character, and he passed the torch on to another person portraying that role. Grow up, man. A lot of you really need to fucking grow up with some of this shit. You're getting all angry for nothing. Fucking black man at arms, indeed. Give me a break. Most of you who grew up with this stuff like I did, you're 40, 50, maybe even 60 years old. Just enough. Enough with the fake rage, man. Yeah, I know Starfleet Academy is a little ridiculous. We all know what it's all about, but at the end of the day, listen, man, it's 2026. There's a lot of shit that I don't like. I just want a good story. But this version of Star Trek, it looks childish. It looks immature. Star Trek typically was about science and exploration and discovery, not what's between your legs and what you think you are in your brain and what you want people to call you and all that dumb nonsense. That's gone completely off the rails, and that's something I can't accept. Get back to good storytelling, man. But then again, Star Trek, and I've been saying this constantly, Star Trek and Starfleet in and of itself is a damn military organization, an exploratory military operation in sci-fi canon. And everything that they've done with Starfleet Academy has turned it into a joke. That's my problem with it. That's the real problem I have with it. It was grown up and mature in a lot of ways, with some oddball episodes here and there. But, in our real military, you need physically fit adults. You need adults that can't have distractions around them, because when you're in the field of battle in combat, you have a 400-pound partner by your side. What are you going to do? You're going to have to leave them behind because they can't catch up, especially at times of retreat. If this person can't keep up with you physically and can't defend themselves, how are they going to protect you? That's why I get offended when I see overweight police officers. What are you going to do if you're trying to chase a criminal? That criminal is going to kill somebody and then run. And then 400-pound Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with a badge ain't going to be able to catch up. That's the offensive part of these things that I see. And to see Starfleet Academy treating it like it's a fucking frat party, that's not Star Trek at all. That's Hollywood flexing its bullshit on people. I haven't watched an episode. I have no intention on watching it. And then when you start tampering with things, like the Jem'Hadar character that's in there, it's already been established by canon that there are no female Jem'Hadar, and then you go and do that. And then you have overweight officers in Starfleet. If there's a fucking tragedy, and you see this in Star Trek with fucking people on the bridge, like Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, there are people running back and forth all over the place, and Now you got this severely obese person up on a bridge. They could be an obstacle, literally a walking, talking, two-legged obstacle. And the message that that sends is not good. That's my problem with it. And that's a lot of people's. But the other stuff is ridiculous. You know, I don't care. I loved Avery Brooks as Captain Sisko. But everybody's got a problem with race swapping and this and that. And in a lot of ways, I really don't care so long as the story is good. You know, Janeway in Voyager was. I didn't like Michael Burnham, and that's another thing too, man. Most of Star Trek, I want to say at least 75 to 80% of it was all logic based. There was very little emotion in Star Trek. There were pockets of emotions, you know, like the Best of Both Worlds, when Picard got abducted by the Borg, and then the following episode after that is when he goes back to Earth, to France, to go see his brother and his uncle Rene, you know, and he got emotional. He was suffering from a post-traumatic stress episode, and that's why he went to go visit his family. That kind of emotion, I think, is justified because it fits with the story and the scenario and the situation the Patrick Stewart, Jean-Luc Picard character was involved with. It fits in that case. He should be emotional. He went through emotional turmoil and stress, which caught up with him again in Deep Space Nine in the first episode, when at that time Commander Sisko ran into him and said, "You don't remember me from Wolf 359 on the USS Saratoga." That emotional thing fits. But, you know, when I watch some of the trailers with Starfleet Academy, I must have swallowed my comm badge. I'm like, what? It's immature. It's not Star Trek-like. It's very unbecoming of Star Trek. I don't care about the race swapping shit. You want to have female characters all day and all night? Fine, do it. Who cares? Just give us a good story and make sure the story fits the universe. It's absurd. Everything has to have this political subtext attached to it. Yes, I understand it's supposed to be a story of a big space utopia. Yeah, I got all that crap. And here's another thing for you nitwit fake Star Trek fans out there. Okay, when they talk about there being no money, they mainly mean Earth and only Earth. Obviously, the Ferengi use gold pressed latinum. But that's where Jean-Luc Picard, you know, where the Picard series kind of threw that cannon out the window, because what's her face with the curly hair? I forgot what the character's name is, where she's smoking the vape and all that kind of stuff. All of that, and swearing in Star Trek. It was funny when Data did it, because Data was supposed to be an innocent character in Generations. So you wouldn't expect an android to go, oh, shit. But now it's everywhere. That's very unbecoming of Star Trek. And it's uncomfortable sometimes. Yeah, it's funny, like in Star Trek 4, double dumbass on you and so forth. You have to swear every other word. People won't pay attention to you unless you use a certain vernacular. You know what I mean? So it's just very unbecoming of Star Trek. We're supposed to be a little bit more sophisticated than that and a little bit more advanced as humans, you know? But when they talk about that there's no money in the 24th century or whatever the fuck, that's supposed to be only on Earth. That has nothing to do with the other planets. And people miss that because they're not real Star Trek fans. They miss that minor detail. And then they harp on that. Well, they were talking about dollars. It's stupid. People are just way, way too protective over shit. I get why, but at the end of the day, here, like Bumblebee has become one of the most popular Transformers characters out there. Traditionally, he was always a Volkswagen Beetle, but we are now in 2026. How many people are driving around Volkswagen Beetles? So when you start tampering with the overall aesthetic of the character, of course people are going to get mad. Now Bumblebee has become one of the most popular Transformers characters in canon. So what's the fucking big deal? That he's not a Volkswagen Beetle. Like the Studio Series one I have up there, I actually like that one better than the Netflix Bumblebee. One, he's not a parts former. And two, he looks like his cartoon model. Yeah, He's supposed to be a Volkswagen Beetle. But they, pardon me, as you know, with the animation mistakes that are replete throughout the Transformers universe in G1, are you really that hard up to deviate from the overall design when there have been animation mistakes? Must I remind you of Carnage in C minor, for example? Like, that's one of the key episodes that Transformers fans will always harp on, because it was an animation disaster. But, you know, when Transformers fans are complaining about one little detail, let me tell you, we went from G1 toys that were bricks to these modern marvels of engineering. What are you complaining about? You know what I mean? What are you... Let me tell you, even if they didn't have upgrade kits for stuff like this, I'd still be happy to have this. Even though I have, you know, G1 inspired Optimus Primes up there, look at how far we've come. What the fuck are you all complaining about? This is just obsession. Obsession goes just a little too far with some of these IPs. Here, like RC, Missing Link RC, which I have up there. I think that RC is the best RC I've ever seen. I've never bought an RC before. And this version of RC looks great. I mean, yeah, the arms are a little wonky, and she kind of has feminine characteristics. They gave her really big fat thighs, which I think, I don't know if that was intentional or whatever, but she looks the part. You know what I mean? So what's the big deal? And everybody gets up in arms because of this and that and everything else. Give me a break. Give me a break. My theory as to why they are always releasing Nemesis versions of these characters, like there's always going to be an Optimus Prime and a Nemesis Prime. And I have a very, very straightforward theory about that, is because, well, again, like with the autism Barbie, you're going to have your base character, and then you're going to have your black character. Got no problem with it. Don't give a shit. It's a fucking robot. Who cares? You want to have, like back in the 80s, certain people were complaining, black Cabbage Patch dolls. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Do you really care? Who cares? God, people are dumb. Get over this stupid stuff, man. People want their heroes, and they want something to relate to. I get all that stuff. Yeah, when you start tampering with classic IPs, I get why people get, you know, all bent out of shape. But at the end of the day, it's fucking make-believe. Who cares? Who gives a shit? God, man, people need to grow. I finally started to accept certain things after a while when you remove yourself emotionally and look at things objectively from the outside. You know what I mean? People are going to find their heroes where they find their heroes. I don't like Star Trek Starfleet Academy, just like I didn't like Star Trek Discovery. It was out of control with the Spore Drive and this and all this shit and weird looking Klingon stuff going on. Yeah, when you start tampering with classic IPs, longtime fans are going to start questioning, like, what the hell are you doing, folks? It's off the rails. But at the end of the day, are you really that hard up with certain things like the race swapping shit? Give me a break. Grow up. Grow up. Grow the fuck up like I did. Grow up. And my theory has always been, I think Nemesis Prime complements Optimus Prime because, well, I hate to say it, folks, you know, some people want a black character of everything. It's fine. They want an Asian version of that. That's fine. Who gives a fuck? So long as the stories are good, who cares? Honestly. Ugh. Like, again, like Robert April. Even though back in TOS, Robert April in Star Trek was a white dude. So you made him black in Strange New Worlds. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who's to say he wasn't black in TOS? Who cares? Who gives a shit? So long as the story is good, who cares? It's ridiculous and stupid. A lot of this stuff, let me tell you, man, I've matured with a lot of this nonsense, man. Just stop. The thing I do find offensive though is like the whole Apu thing with The Simpsons. Well, an Indian guy should be voicing an Indian character. A black person should be voicing a black character. A white person should be voicing a white actor should be voicing a white character and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, now you're going a little too far. If one group wants to have their heroes and Hollywood gives it to them, maybe I have black heroes that I want to voice and portray and dress up as. But it's okay for one side to do it, but it's not okay for the other side to do it. That's where I find the problem with a lot of shit. What if I want to go outside and for Halloween and dress up as a white Michael Jordan? But then they want their black Spider-Man. Do you see where I'm going with this? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. That's the point. But that's just me trying to make a logical argument why a lot of this shit is nonsense. And people are fighting and complaining and bitching, moaning, being keyboard warriors on the fucking computer. Nerdrotic does this shit. Geeks and Gamers does this shit. You got to get over it after a while, folks. We're in 2026. Eventually, Peter Cullen is no longer going to be able to voice Optimus Prime. He's getting up there. Like, what's his name? Conroy, that voiced Batman. Who's to say there won't be a black dude voicing Batman if there hasn't been one already? What, are you going to get all fucking up in arms about it? It's a goddamn cartoon character. Who gives a shit? What do you care? As long as the storyline is good, who cares? Think about it. Who gives a shit? People have lost their minds with all of this stuff, and that's why I unsubscribed from a ton of these talking heads and gatekeepers of this sort of thing. I watch Nerdrotic. I get tired of listening to his shit. Not saying he's a bad guy. It's just some of these takes are just a little out of touch, man. We're in 2026. The original series fan base, they had their time in it. Now we're in 2026. It's going to change. Yeah, I don't want to see certain things being messed with and tampered with, but at the end of the day, who's to say we're not going to have another? Let's just say if we have a black Captain Kirk, are you really going to get pissed off about that? Who gives a shit? As long as the story is good, who cares? I did not like the Michael Burnham character in Discovery. I just didn't like Discovery because the story sucked. Red Angel. What the hell is that? It was a goofy storyline with goofy storytelling. And I love Deep Space Nine because Sisko was a hard ass. He's a tough dude, and it was great. It was a great story, even though it's a departure from what traditional Star Trek should have been, which is about being a big universal utopia. Pardon me. But at the end of the day, as long as the story's good, who cares? God, get over this shit, man. It's pathetic. So, whoa, man. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 8:30. It's already almost 9:30 already, and I've been talking for an hour straight. Well, thank you for joining me, for those that have. I'm not one of them guys that complains. If I get one viewer, I get no viewers, I got 20 viewers, you can always come back and watch this live stream later. You won't hear me complaining about that like certain YouTube content creators do. I hate to bring them up again, but I'll get into this topic just for a little while because, oh man, this Dark Side Phil dude person, if you're a YouTube content creator, he is the perfect case study as to what not to do as a YouTube content creator. All of you that have been supporting my eBay store know, at least you get, I don't have channel memberships and all that kind of stuff. I sell sports cards. That's how I do my side hustle. You know what I mean? And you guys and gals, surprisingly, a lot of females. When I go through my orders, there's a lot of female sports card collectors. Very shocked at that. That's awesome, by the way. Again, it was always a boys' space, but when the girls kind of get in there and they're up there with you, are you really going to fucking bitch, moan, whine, and complain? You know what I mean? Oh, now we got the girl. Listen, it's going to happen, folks. Let it go. Stop the bullshit and crying and whining that, men's exclusive club and all that kind of stuff. You know, people like to use the Boy Scouts argument with this sort of thing. But I get a lot of female orders too, as a matter of fact. I have no problem with them rolling with the boys. But I find it cool, fascinating. But yeah, he's a case study of what not to do as a YouTube content creator. He bullies and berates his viewer base. Like, he actually expects people to pay him to play video games. You don't do that, man. People will support you if they want to support you, if they like you enough, if they enjoy your content enough. People will buy my sports cards because either they're collectors or they want to help support the channel, support me, you know, or they're looking to build their collections and whatnot. People will do things for their reasons, what have you. But man, he really bullies his audience. He bullies, berates them, and puts them down big time. Oh my God, what a case study he is, man. He is everything that you don't do, you know, on social media. Hey, listen, I still see the chat with comments that were left about my mom. You didn't see me getting up in arms about it. Listen, it's the internet. People are going to break your balls and, you know, see how far your sense of humor goes. You know what I mean? That's just how it is, man. People are just trying to get a cheap laugh, have a good time. You know, life is too fucked up and stressful. I've learned after a while, listen, man, I've had people make fun of me in my live streams and my chats. I make fun of myself, you know. But he is definitely a case study of what not to do as a YouTube content creator. I was watching an 1.5 hour long live stream about him, and after about 20 minutes of just listening to him, well, basically he's saying, well, if you don't pay me, I'm not playing this video game. Listen, I've done some video game stuff, and I make it clear I'm not a gamer, not a speed runner. If I want to play a video game here on YouTube, I will. I suck. I know I suck. I say I suck. But he literally bullies and berates his viewer audience that if they don't pay him to play a video game, he's never going to play it again. Well, I really appreciate the contributions and the support. And I really like this video game here. But nobody's contributing, nobody's supporting, so I don't know if I'm going to play this game. And it's the most fucking sad, shit that I've ever seen. I mean, yeah, I advertise my eBay store, you know, because I'm not monetized or anything like that. It's my side hustle. But when you're literally bashing your own audience for not paying you to play a video game, and he admits that there are times he gets paid $40 to $50 with people donating to his nonsense, and then you're still gonna, you know, $40. I think it was Kino Casino pointed this out in one of their live streams. Like, he made $80. That's $40 an hour in a time frame that he was playing this video game, and then he started complaining because nobody else was paying him. You know what $40 an hour is cash? Unless you don't claim that money and try to cheat the government and not pay tax on that, and not fill out a 1099-K, I believe it is. You're making $40 an hour fucking cash, and you're still going to berate your audience for not supporting you? What are you, out of your mind? Can you imagine me, folks? And if I ever do this to my audience, please let me know. Buy my fucking baseball cards, man. Buy my baseball cards, or I'm going to light them on fire. Or I'm going to block you from commenting in my video. Like, can you imagine me doing something like that as a, you know, grown-ass, mature man complaining that? Listen, people are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to buy what they're going to buy. They're going to support how they want to support. And you're going to actually sit there for the world to see, to complain to your audience that they're not paying you to play a video game. You know how many people out there don't got fucking jobs and are homeless, dealing with addiction and other fucking problems? I was homeless 10 years ago, man. Look where I'm at right now. Running my own little business, having a ton of my life doing it, being my own boss. I'm not making a ton of money on it. And I'm grateful to the people that have been supporting my small business. It helps to take care of the small bills. I put it right back into the hobby here, like my recent eBay sales. What did I do? I bought Studio Series 86 Soundwave to review here on the channel, not just to add to my personal collection, but it goes right back into the hobby. It goes right back into the channel. And you guys help support that. And there are times I don't make any money at all on eBay. It comes out of my own pocket. And I still manage to do videos, and I have fun doing it. But this guy is just, if Sigmund Freud was alive, he'd have a field day, man. This Sigmund Freud, I think, would be able to make a brand new encyclopedia set just based on his fucking goofy logic. What this guy does, how he bullies his audience. He really bullies his audience. And then he wonders why the internet attacks him like the way they do. Mr. Darkside Phil, whatever your name is, man, you kind of did it to yourself. And if I ever end up doing that, folks, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys would fucking dump my ass too. And you should, rightfully so. God, I'm lucky if I even made $5 off of this card. Because it goes right into the electric bill, goes into me buying food, goes into the business. And if I pull enough money together after all of that has happened, I will go out and get some review stuff. You know, I talked about it recently. My knockoff cassette bots went right back into the hobby again. I'm not going to go out of my way to find originals. They're a little pricey and banged up. So I said, you know, I'll settle for the knockoffs. They fit the bill. I mean, I had to change the stickers on them, by the way, as far as the Decepticon symbol is. But who cares? And a lot of you enjoyed, you know, watching that video. So what's the big deal? Be grateful that anybody's even supporting you at all. I'm lucky if I even have 1 or 2 people watching this. But again, I kind of know where my viewer base is. A lot of people are blue collar, man. They work during the day. They got families. They're around my age. They'll watch it when they want to watch it. If I leave this live stream up, people will come back later on and watch it. I see it all the time with the numbers on my YouTube Studios account. I'll have 2 viewers for an hour during some of my live streams, and then I'll come back. There'll be 90 views on that live stream. It happens, man. People don't have to sit down and watch you right then and there. People got fucking lives to live. And if they can't sit down with you for 2 or 3 hours to do a live stream, well, they can always come back later and watch it. That's their prerogative. You can't force people to sit down. You know, I know there are people out there that don't want to hear me prattle on for 3 hours. That's fine. Come back later and watch it. That's what YouTube is for. It's a giant database of people just talking about stuff. And you can always come back later. That's the beauty of YouTube. Always keeping an eye out for stuff. Sorry, folks. But in speaking of talking too much, I'm already an hour and a half into this almost, and I definitely want to get myself all cleaned up and get ready for what may be just a lazy day, you know, staying home. But I definitely want to process this order, and thank you for the customer that bought this Shohei Ohtani off of me. And I still have, again, shameless eBay. I have over 600 items over at my eBay store should you want to support the channel. Click the link in the description box of every video, short and live, I do here. Just by you guys and gals checking out my videos and my live streams is good enough for me. But it does help. It is what it is. You can always come back later and watch my live streams and my videos. That's the beauty of it. So I'm going to end it right here, folks. I'm definitely starting to feel a little stinky. So I want to go scrub myself in the shower. Guys, you know I make fun of this type of shit. You know, I know for a lot of people it may be dangerous outside if it does snow and freeze over and turn into rain. You know, I'm very lucky. I live in a more rural area. But be careful, man. You know, if you don't have to drive, don't drive. Don't be dumb. I don't have to tell you grown adults that. Hopefully I don't have to. But I'm nobody. I'm just a shithead wearing a baseball hat who talks about toys and photos of men. You know what I mean? Talking about sports ball photos of men. All right, folks. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. I am your host, the Carolina Collector. Also, I want to say big shout out to the staff where I live here, the maintenance guys, man. They really did an excellent job in getting the roads and the breezeways and the causeways and the common areas prepared for the ice and the snow. And the beautiful ladies in the office there, I want to thank them as well. Everybody, man, just everybody. My family, friends, you guys have been so cool and so awesome to me. And I'm very grateful for your support off camera as well. You guys are awesome. My baby sister, my brother, my beautiful niece who's gone through a lot, my nephew on my brother's side, my niece and nephew on my sister's side, my mom who's, you know, still going through a rough patch because of the loss of my dad, but time should and is supposed to heal all wounds. But for some people get over things quickly, some people don't. It's just that everybody's an individual, man. What can I tell you? We all handle things differently. But I'm gonna bow out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Much appreciated. Ooh, am I starting to finally lose hair up there, or is that just because of the baseball hat? Well, it's because my hair is growing and I did shave my head. My hair was down to here around Christmas time and I shaved my head. It grew back real quick. That's not a bald spot. That's just from my hat smashing my Klingon forehead that I have. I'm starting to get that James Rolfe hairline. You know, that one more just funny comment. If you've noticed that AVGN's hairline is starting to find its way to the back of his skull. James, got to do something about that, man. Either don't take off your hat or wear a wig or spray paint that fucker. All right, I'm out. Take care, everybody. God bless you all. See you all very soon.